Hey guys, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nightmare. Welcome to another episode of Nightmare Road. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Decon, here with a very, very demented and twisted Laura Lasher.
Yeah, that's
And yeah, that's how you say it. That's how you pronounce it. And today's episode is actually one that's we're gonna have a really hard time not crying or getting angry because it's such a dark topic.
hmm
Um, and it's just one of those things. I said it. It's just one of those things where you like to pretend. Well, not you. You think that it's not happening. But if you really look at it, this stuff happens all the time. And it's on predators, internet predators, and in the system, we have a system that it's not. It doesn't act as much as of a deterrent. Because in certain states the crimes against children are actually not taken as serious as they should. Some states are very lenient when it comes to sexual crimes against children. Other states are pretty. I wouldn't even say harsh. I think they're okay. I wish they were a little bit harder, but
yeah, I wouldn't use the word harsh when it comes to punishing that.
yeah. So in certain states where they're very strict, and then they treat them with um, I don't even know what the hell to call it, as hard as they can go within legal boundaries, you do see a huge reduction in those type of crimes because usually those the pedophiles actually move away. They move to a place with more lenient, punishments. So what's crazy is that when you think of the word, child predator or sexual predator, what comes to mind sometimes is the van that pulls up and the guy sticks his head out and he's like, "Hey kids, you want some ice cream?" And he's got the eye patch, and he's got the big beard, and he's a pirate, and he tells the kids to get on, you know. But it's not like that. It's usually dopey looking people or somebody that looks, fresh faced, or they look really young themselves, or they have this persona where they seem like they're very nice. So, and that's what's scary is that's what makes them so hard to identify. Because if if you go based off of what you see, like when you think child predator, when you look at the pictures of people, you'd be like, damn, I can't trust anybody because the diversity is so big. Because when you look at a huge list, like you look at any sex offender registry, when you look at something like that, you see a huge diversity of people. They fit every single box, that's there. Do you want somebody that looks creepy? Well, guess what? They're there. If you want somebody that looks nice, they're there. If you want somebody that looks even disabled, they're there. So that's what makes it so scary. The reality of it. They could be anywhere. You know. There was a damn. So years ago, there was a course that was being taught about, should you be a hero, in situations, do you have the training, and I'm going to give you an example. Okay. So many years ago, there was a case where this person had been taking self-defense classes and they took the simulation. So they were pretty set when it came to self-defense. And it's almost like this person was waiting for their hero moments, I guess. And this person came up to a store and they were wielding a gun, right? They were holding up a clerk and they're like, give me the money or I'm gonna kill whatever the hell it was. So this person ended up drawing on them, and the person surrendered. They're like, oh shit, they dropped their firearm, and the person shot him anyway. The person ended up shooting. So he shot this individual, which now was and that's why I say when somebody has a firearm and you draw your firearm, you got to be quick. You got to make sure, But this person dropped it and the guy shot him. So it was seen as an unjustifiable shooting because the guy was now unarmed, right? So turns out it wasn't a robbery. Like a person wasn't robbing this person, knew the clerk, and turns out the clerk was a child predator who had preyed on the guy that came in with a gun on one of his family members, and now the guy that shot him is going to prison for shooting the gunman in defense of a child predator. And this
Yeah.
guy had hundreds of images and videos of children. So that's what's scary. The point I was trying to make from that story is the fact that you just never know they're everywhere. You know, so even the guy that you think you're helping. So
Yeah. I mean, it's because usually when you think, like predator or, the other P defile word,
Uto,
you maybe you usually think of like this old creepy guy,
yeah,
that sort of like thing, but a lot of them are not. Like the first person that we're going to talk about, he was very young, actually. He was 23.
23, and I'm gonna introduce this individual, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Jones. Um,
There he is.
look, he look, he looks like a young Ellen.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
So
he
this,
he
this thing with this dude, I'm not a little girl, you know what I mean? So like, I probably don't, I don't have the same mind, but like that is not an attractive person to me. I don't understand why, like all of these news, I guess maybe just because he was young, like all these like news articles and all these people are like this handsome man. And I'm like, wait, like where? Like who?
yeah, he looks very feminine, and you know,
Yeah.
so when individual like this, you look at him to the neighborhood and you're like, look at this sissy, whatever, and then you don't think anything of it. It's a bill, like this guy could be preying on kids, but this guy used that to his advantage because also he was able to um use that appearance and that persona. Like, I'm a nice guy, like so not only did he have access to children, he had almost like their trust. Because can you imagine if you know your daughter or family member, your niece, whatever it is, they're online and they're watching this jackass? No one, your mind is not going to be like, this guy could be a child molester. Look at him; he looks like a kid too. And if you
Yeah.
put that picture back up, if you glance at somebody and he's singing because right, he sings and all that kind of stuff, he almost looks like he's a kid himself. Like, he looks like he's 15 or 14,
Yeah.
or
He looks
or he
really
looks
young.
like a girl that likes girls, you know.
He looks really young, and I think that's what, like, I don't want to say this word because it sounds really bad, but I think that's what helped him, you know,
Yes,
to be able to do, everything that he did and say everything that he said without these little girls being like, wow, this is a 100% creeper.
yeah, and that's the thing. So anyway, so getting into the story, this guy had a channel early, like in the lifetime 2007, 2008. That's really early, you know. So this guy, anyway, so yeah, really early in his YouTube career, to where I think those people that started off really early, they took advantage of the fact there wasn't much competition out there when it came to those kind of things, especially the type of singing that he did. He did a lot of the a cappella,
Yeah.
right?
And covers.
Whatever the hell that is. But there was not a lot of competition, so he got the covers. Okay, you said covers. Okay.
Yeah, covers.
You said covers, and then immediately I went to like blankets and shit, and I was like, "What do you mean? Like you did
Yeah.
commercials?"
Sang a cappella about blankets.
Yeah, about blankets. Like, come get these blankets today. Why
Yeah.
don't you show me? What? And
Commercial
tell
people.
me your age. So
Jesus.
while you're covering up yourself in this blanket, I want you to shout your age. So anyway,
horrible.
Yeah, 37, and I'm over there just like doing that. So anyway, so yeah, so there wasn't a lot of competition out there really early on. So this guy was able to, get a large following, and and was like one of the top guys when it came to that kind of stuff. So he had a lot of eyes and ears on him, you
Hmm.
know, and he took advantage of that.
Yep.
So anyway, so this guy did tours. This guy, sang a lot. He did skits. He did all kinds of shit, and then he started getting like a huge following from, girls, not just teenage girls, but also from women his age. Um, some there was messages like he had Twitter, I think it was.
Hmm.
He had Twitter, and then women would be like, "Hey, I was there with my little sister, and I said hi to you," or whatever the hell it is. The point is that he got a lot of attention, because of what he was. So to me, it was interesting that this guy, well, he's a predator, but he had. It's not like he was in a place where he's like, well, no one gave me attention, because he tried using that.
Hmm.
Like I didn't have enough attention. Like you got attention from women your age, even
Yep.
older. So anyway, um,
I
so
don't
he was
want.
communicating with his young fans, and he proceeds to make demands of them. You know,
Hmm.
and he utilized so the way that predators work is they have a large variety of tools, and what's disgusting is that a lot of these predators, they have feelers, right? Almost like they're cockroaches. They have antennas, they have feelers, and they can kind of, yeah. This is my cockroach. So anyway, so they have feelers, and what's that?
It's a um, raspberry and prickly pear juice.
Did you pick it yourself?
Yeah,
Did
yeah, it's from the
what happened?
backyard.
What happened to the cactus? Did you eat that?
I ate
Taco?
it. We
Oh
no
yeah,
tacos de nopal.
taco de nopal.
Yeah,
How do you say it? Say it.
tacos de nopal. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I think we say it different.
Why? How do you say it?
Taco de nopal.
Well, the accent's different.
Oh, and here
You're not Mexican.
I thought you had a speech impediment. Anyway, so let's name that drink. We'll call it
You do.
Pred Blood. Anyway, so yeah, so
Chill.
so these predators, they have a large variety of tools, and like I said, they have feelers, so they're able to kind of tailor to their victim. Like if they notice that a victim has low self-esteem, they could be like, "Wow, you're so pretty." If they see that a person is very demanding, they could be something like, "Wow, you're really hurting my feelings," and like just shit like that. So they have these large variety of tools. What's interesting is this guy was talking to over 30 girls, you know, and the way that he demanded shit from them is you see him kind of sifting through his tools, right? He had a big bag of tools to like he's like I said, he's tailoring his hunt, towards these individuals. So he's talking to this girl, right? He's
Hmm.
talking to this girl, and he's making
I have some of the messages.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, oh boy.
I don't. I don't want to, because it goes straight into just being gross.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
a
So that's what I
warning.
was gonna say. I was trying to find a way to kind of lean into it, but he doesn't
No.
lean in. He comes at you like a car.
Yeah.
So
But
post some of them. Let's see.
jeez. Right. Ugh. Okay.
Who's gonna?
Let's start here. Oh.
Okay. Jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna read it, and I want you to. I'm gonna read it, and I want you to give the context a little bit, okay, of what's going on. Okay, go make it clap super loud and talk about your age the whole time. Got it? Clap it super loud and say these lines. I'm only age. Yeah, only age. Years old. This ass is only age. Years old. Um,
Ugh.
so what What was going on?
Basically, he's asking a child to make a video of her twerking so she can send it to him.
So she could send it to him. And
Hmm.
I don't want to read the rest. It's fucked up. Like you guys can see and you guys can read it,
You
and
guys
they're
can,
out there. So if you guys are
like,
interested,
yeah, basically he's asking, like, is your behind good enough for me? And she's like, sure. And he's like, I don't think it is. It's oh god, the very last one. I guess
yeah.
try harder. Like she's
So
already sending videos, and he's like, yeah, try harder.
so so this toolkit that he's pulling through, right? This is he's playing on her insecurity to try hard, like she's trying to please this guy,
Mhm.
right? And he is making it seem like she's not. So he's playing on a certain type of insecurity of the quitter or the, she probably has a what would you call it? A view of herself where she's not good enough. And he probably detected that and really played on that.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well, that's
"Oh,
why he's like, oh, like, have you ever done it before? And he said, like, I'm concerned because
yeah,
it's not happening to me.
I'm
Like,
concerned it's not happening to me." So immediately she feels like he's attacking her self-worth, like her, her self-esteem. So she's like, "Damn, I am not trying hard enough. I'm not good enough."
yeah, it's like she's the problem, is what he's trying
Yep,
to get at,
that's
you know?
exactly what it is. You hit the nail right on the predatory head. So the pedo head. Um.
Thankfully.
So yeah, and that's what it is. Like you could try hard. At some point, I don't know if it's this victim or if it's another one, but one of the girls, they obviously had to go to school. They've been doing this for hours. Like this guy, he didn't go to school.
Hours.
This was his job. So not predatory behavior,
Yeah, not
but the whole internet. Can you imagine, like,
this was a side hustle he did for free.
yeah, a side hustle? Like turning an application. Like, how many people can you make uncomfortable within an hour? I don't know. So anyway, so put the eye patch on. So it so this girl was exhausted, obviously, because she's like, she's been doing this for hours, by the way,
Hmm.
and she's like, well, I'm really tired. Can we continue? And his response was not like, you know what, you're right. You have school tomorrow. It's like one more hour, because he's demanding her time,
Yeah.
and it's so fucking sick and it's so upsetting because these girls are really stupid because they're really young and this guy knows it, so he's taking advantage of them. So he's trying. Fuck.
I have the second little like string of messages.
Okay.
Mm. Go ahead.
Okay. Now. Okay. Now you need. Now you need an intro to the video. At the beginning, get super close and say these lines. Hey, Austin, it's name. And this butt is age. Years old. Then make it clap for 30 seconds. Got it? Read the victim.
Okay, so this is a real thing and you won't post this anywhere?
Come on, give me a little bit more enthusiasm.
I'm not a child.
I mean,
I mean,
that's
you're
not what I'm.
also not a predator. Okay, so um well, I mean, we're not, okay, just go.
Okay. Okay, read it again.
Okay,
Enthusiastically.
so this is a real thing and you won't post this anywhere?
Right. I delete them after I score them.
Okay, thank you. God, Jesus Christ, that's so disgusting.
Yeah,
That she's
so,
like, thanks for not posting the like.
yeah, thanks for not posting my
Oh,
shit. So, yeah,
poor
and he's, again, so this guy used the tactic of, I have hundreds of girls that message me a day. Like he's now putting something in her head with like, you know what? I don't need you. You need me.
mm-hmm.
So if you're not doing what I want, I'll just throw you away and I can get somebody else. So putting that insecurity, you
Yep.
know. So
So
anyway,
this
so
first victim, I believe, there was six. I think it was a total of six girls that actually sent videos to him.
yeah,
I think this one was the one that ended up sending him 15 videos, and 10 of them, he had convinced her to take off her undergarments. So everything was showing.
Yeah, and what's gross is that good if I hold it up like this, like it's a
I
microphone?
mean, it's fine either way. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I was feeling a little insecure there. But
yeah, just don't move at all.
oh, I thought you were gonna say, scream your age while you hold that microphone. Hi, I'm 37 years old, and this microphone. So anyway,
We're only
anyway,
laughing so that we don't get so angry.
yeah, this is the thing, and I want you guys to understand this. It's so shitty that okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I laugh because stuff like this makes me very, very murderous. Like you have no idea like what it does to me, like mentally. So it's yeah, you have to laugh because I get super like
Yeah,
unhealthily pissed off, like unhealthy. Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
it's too much.
yeah, it's a lot. So anyway, so this person had this predator had told this girl, you know, he's also making it. Is it the same victim? Which he's like, oh, take him off, silly.
Hmm.
So at some point I don't know if he realized that he was being a little harsh and maybe scaring off his victim or something, but then he like reels it back a bit to like, you know what? And you see this a lot in predatory games with younger people, and he like realized how mentally young this girl was because she was very naive and
Hmm.
very easily to manipulate. So he's now making it a game. Like, wouldn't it be funny? Like now it's something we're both gonna laugh. He's like, if you show me your, you know,
Yeah,
yeah, and he's like,
I
we would both laugh so hard if you show it to me. And then he's like, oh, hold it up to the camera for whatever the hell amount of time.
I'll show you the yeah. It's this one.
If you really are my biggest fan, I see, and this is what it is, you would do it. You're doing so good. So now this is another predatory tool. You're being supported. You're doing something that pleases me. So keep it up. You know, I need my biggest fan to be confident. It'll be so funny if you do it without them. Like as soon as you spread them, OMG, we'll both laugh. Like it's
No,
fucking sick. So at some point, didn't this girl say like she doesn't know how to twerk?
something like that. It was that's how
Okay.
young these little girls were. Is
Yeah.
that they didn't know how to twerk.
Yeah.
Like if they don't know how to do a dance move that like
It's
half the world is doing on the internet, they're
very
too young.
sexualized. They're really young.
Like
So
it's no. So he sent tutorials.
so he sent tutorials, and I've only seen one of these, by the way.
Yeah,
What's gross is that okay, so back in my day, I used to make instructional videos on how to twerk. I'm kidding.
twerking videos.
Yeah, twerking videos. Like, come on, you gotta make it clap. Wouldn't it be funny, guys, if you guys actually saw my? Anyway, no. So I used to do self defense videos. Like when you throw a punch, you gotta move a certain way. When you strike, always have your hand up, and you know, and I would demonstrate like this is from this angle. This is what it looks like from this angle, just so you have an idea of how to strike properly. So what's interesting is when you watch these videos, he has the same damn energy I used to have, only utilizing it for evil.
Oh
Okay,
my!
go ahead.
You've only seen one.
I've
Oh
only
jeez.
seen
Okay.
one.
All right.
So this is like the first basic twerk move. So this is what you do.
It reminds me of a
So
young
your
me.
legs are out, you bend your legs, you arch your back,
What the?
you do it faster.
Look at how he's making eye contact. He's making eye contact with me like that. Hey,
My
don't
God.
Now it's your
don't
turn.
break eye contact. Don't break
Okay,
eye
the
contact
second
with me.
move is like bending over and trying to make it
Jeez.
bounce. So it's like this.
This is the one I was telling you.
Like that.
What?
So this is
The
like
giggle.
first
Replay that for a
basic twerk
second.
move. So this is what you do.
He giggled. He was like,
Like that. So this is like the first basic twerk move. So this is what you do.
Oh,
And
jeez.
look at his fucking hair. The thing, that wig comes from the chin strap.
So he's looking back
Yeah,
at the
he's looking right at me. Why are you doing that? Hey, you're not looking at me. Go, there you go. That's a good boy.
God. Well,
What
thankfully
the
he's looking
fuck?
at you and not at me.
Look at that. That's the same instructional energy I used to have. All right, guys, strike up, and I make eye contact with the camera. Maintain eye contact.
It's
Same energy. Only
it's, it's
what
funny because of
it's
what's in there, but he's sending this to
he's
children
sending this to kids, and
to
that's
say,
what
"Hey, do this."
because this is what's sick. This is how bad he wants this. He wants this so bad. He's willing to do something this. I almost threw up. Would do something so like it makes me sick. He's doing something so stupid to get to this point where this is what he wants kids to do for him. Little girls,
Mhm.
and
Um,
this is what's gross. Look how fucking calm he is while he's doing this. There's
in the
nothing.
second one, he like finished and he's like, "Your turn." Like,
Yeah,
stop! Like, what are you
yeah.
doing?
So it's a level of comfort where at no point, there's no level of guilt. There's no level like fuck. Like should I even show my face? He was thoroughly convinced that he was completely in control of the situation and completely control of these girls. In his brain, he's like, they're so young. A lot of it is also ego. Why would they snitch on me? I would stop talking to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
show. I'm gonna show some of the other because I just they're staring at me and like I want to get them over with. I want to take them off of here, so I'm gonna put the other messages, and you can just pause them to read because
yeah,
or just you're 14, I'm a youngster, do you realize how lucky you are? I shouldn't even be talking to you. Why? Because you're young, you're too young. Oh, you're young too, she says, and he says, I'm
oh
23, which like that's young, but this kid's 14, like
yeah. Think about it
um
like this: 2 years before that, she was 12.
yeah, no thanks.
Dude,
14's ugh. These just pause it and read it because I don't want to do that. It's gross. And then all of these, the same thing. It's horrible.
fuck, this is
It's
bad. You
horrible.
guys can
If
pause it and then
the
read
second
it.
one, look at the second
If
one.
you're lucky, I'm not gonna read that.
Yeah, don't do that. If you're,
Uh,
but if she's lucky, then
yeah.
she can. You know. Oh God.
So
Like,
that's also, what's crazy is he gives me cult leader vibes. This is somebody that's a cult leader. He has complete control of his flock, and this is what he thinks. He thinks it's gonna be an army of kids, like Children of
look.
the Fly, only with sex.
Like, I guess you really aren't my biggest fan. This is probably a little girl being
Lord of
like,
the
no, I don't
Flies.
want to do that. Huh?
Oh, I said he wanted to have a cult like Lord of the Flies, only with
Oh,
sex.
jeez. Um, what was I? I guess you really aren't my biggest fan. Okay, then. Like, ugh, okay. And then he's telling her, like, bend over halfway. This is a kid. She's 14.
Yeah, he's
Instead
given
of
these.
clapping them, how about you just spread for 10 seconds? Would that be easier? Like, oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just,
So yeah, that goes back to the I'm doing you a favor.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking gross. So
It's disgusting.
the girl ended up, deleting the stuff off of Twitter because she posted this shit and he was like, I'm completely freaking out. I'm doing it.
Hmm.
And he says, I'll come clean in 2 months, right? I'll come
2 months
clean in
when
two
his
months.
tour
I'll
is.
come and that's what it was. He had a tour. So she completely deletes it. And while he's on tour, doing is she posts everything. So this guy comes back from tour and he notices this fucking shitstorm. So
You
he does,
know,
of course.
he found out while he was on tour,
Oh
and
yeah, that's right. While he was
he
on tour.
hmm
So this guy, did the very noble thing, and I actually salute him. He did the very noble thing of hurling himself off a building. Oh no, wait, he didn't do that. He
unfortunately he did not.
no, give an apology.
Yep, a really fake one where he
Let's see
blamed
the apology.
every it was very long, so I kind of just wrote the excuses that he made down. I didn't put it on here. Um, so basically, he said he was starved for attention. He said, "Let me give you the reasons why all of this happened." He says, "My sister died when I was 6, and even though I hardly knew her, I miss her a lot. I saw a lot of death as a child. I went to a lot of funerals. I started associating dress shoes with going to a funeral because of how many people around me were dying." But like, he was 6. Like, I understand. You know what I mean? But he was 6. Like,
Yeah, you were 6, but and I don't know if you don't. I don't know how much you know about me, but um, there's been a lot of dark moments in my life. I've done dark things, in my life, you know, but at no point during that darkness was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go take advantage of a child. Like that's
yeah.
not no, like it's
Mm-mm.
not there. Like you
No.
and
You have
what's
to be
gross,
thinking of it.
what's sick is that he gave this apology and people not people, kids were kind of like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, like, oh, you're the whatever. But just like a radio speech, it it didn't move me, didn't move the necessary powers, and he was going somewhere, right, and he was arrested at an airport.
He was arrested at an airport. He
Mm.
they had him in there. He was supposed to be going to jail for like up to 30 years, but he ended up like bailing out. He paid like 100,000, and they said like go to your mom's house. He was like under house arrest or something, and then um, they arrested him at the airport.
Yeah,
At
so the
there.
thing is that he bailed out, he paid a fine, he thought he was in the clear. He was under
Hmm.
house arrest. So what does he do? He goes back on the internet and starts making videos. And if you look at his last video that he made before all this, it's almost as if in his head everything's back to normal, everything's fine, and then he fucking gets arrested.
Yep.
So
Thankfully.
thankfully, so
So
now he's gonna yeah. That's
so that's
when does he
that's
get
the
out?
end. So
2 years?
yeah, it's supposed to be 2027.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
wait
So
for him.
that's the end. That's the end of the twerking video. So we'll see what he does when he gets out.
Austin Twerk Jones is what that what they
Yeah,
called him
that's
in prison. Hey, Coach Jones, why
um,
don't you make eye contact with me, boy? Put a picture of David Berkowitz.
Jeez, so gross. Oh man. All right.
So,
Who's the
so
next disgusting person?
okay, so again, like we talked about in the beginning of this video, how oh, by the way, um, Loot by Lottie, you guys go get a box. It's got crystals and stickers and all that kind of cool shit. Use the code Lucky Loot for 10% off your first order. It's some pretty cool shit. In one of the boxes, they had a coyote jaw, known for like demon repelling effects, like that stuff. Also, she has jewelry. You can get them enchanted. It's cool shit. So yeah, Loot by Lottie. Next one, Silver Witch. Go ahead and look her up. I think that's actually that sponsorship's about to expire. So yeah. And Shadow Nation, go check out Sean Burris, his podcast, pretty badass. So Sean Burris and Shadow Nation, and you guys go check out his stuff. So also we got big plans, so stay tuned. That's it. Next Predator. When we talked about in this video about people that not only do they not fit the bill, like somebody that doesn't look like they would be a predator because either they look really young. Obviously, when I said really young, talented singer, you guys thought that I was going to be talking about this guy, but no, I was talking about the first one, Austin Jones. But this one, he's more of a dopey, goofy, like dumb, like he's the mechanic that doesn't really do much in the shop. He's there because he's the nephew of the owner, and they just have him cleaning up stuff. So
Hmm.
anyway, but also he fits the bill of somebody that doesn't believe that they did anything wrong.
Hmm.
So
This is this is the man right here.
look at that handsome man. At first I thought it was Justin Timberlake. Was it
Yeah,
Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake of Maine. Okay. He's a more normal. Oh, God.
Look at his wow. One eye is That's interesting. Is that a person? That's CGI.
He's like a cartoon character.
He looks like a Lord of the Rings character, which he's like, what about this? He's like, that looks stupid. Bring back the orcs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this individual, Lorne Armstrong, showed up at a Sting house that was being hosted by NBC or MSNBC.
NBC.
One of the two. NBC. Who cares?
It's the same thing.
Fake news. So showed up at the Sting, and this is an individual that he's kind of hard to explain. So we're just gonna cover what we see from the Sting and the chat log. Okay.
Mhm.
So NBC, to catch Predator held a sting because there was a huge issue with predators online. So this group called Perverted Justice, they started posing as decoys as a little girl, pedo blood. So they started to I can't believe you picked that fruit yourself. So anyway, so they started to hold these decoys pretending to be little girls and to catch these predators. And one of them was a decoy named Kayla Princess, right?
Kayla Princess.
Kayla Princess, right? A 13-year-old girl, and was in a chat room. In a chat room that was, what was it? Just country? Was it country music?
I think it was a country music chat room.
A country music chat room, so this predator smelled something that he wanted, and then in walks in Lorne Armstrong.
Let's say that.
He smelled something that he wanted. So,
oh God.
So here's the interaction. You have the
chat log, the very beginning.
The very beginning. So, hi. Okay, what is ASL?
What is it?
Yeah.
Like you're asking, what is it?
Asshole, please. That's what the last guy wanted.
That's what Austin said. Age, sex, location is what
ASL. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And she says hi and very, very clearly says 13 female Kentucky.
So at that moment, anybody else would have been like, damn it. Like, that's a kid. Mind moving on. Or would have been like, so what's your mom doing right now? Get her on the chat.
You. But no.
What's your mom
doing? But no.
No, and he acknowledges it, right? It's like, wow, you're just a young one, huh? So, a little cutie, too. So, there were pictures, right? So, this individual, again, I don't understand it. The moment that you look at someone and you think, this is a kid, you should. It's one of those things where you see a kid and you shouldn't see them that way. That's insane. That is crazy.
I'm going to show it because they're out there. But so it's a big thing with this dude that they used pictures of different little girls and he just had no idea or just didn't care as long as it was one of them, I assume. So in this picture, her profile picture is the one on the right where she's wearing the white shirt, and the one on the left in his webcam thing is another picture of another little girl that was sent to him.
They look completely different.
Completely different. And in this chat, he's talking about how he sees her all the time and he has her picture on her computer screen while he's doing everything else. So he's chatting on the computer with her and looking at that picture at the same time.
Yeah, which it's just one of those things where I said it again. I'm going to start taking a tab.
There you go again.
Again. So anyway, you look at either one of those pics. Those are little kids, right? You should immediately get the instinct of what am I doing? I should climb on top of a building and I should jump off. but no. So he continues with the chat. So again, the Predator toolkit. Okay.
Yep.
If nobody will talk to you, sweetheart, you can talk to me. I'm a good guy. I have two nieces your age. So
The
again,
niece.
so
Oh,
yeah,
God.
so at that moment, what he's doing is, establishing that she can trust him, right? You can trust me. I have nieces your age. You don't have to worry about me because I know people your age. I protect them, whatever. You can feel safe with me. And that's one of the worst things is the fact that, at that point you're violating somebody's trust, especially a kid, because again, your instinct should be to protect the child. You see a
Mhm.
kid and you should want to protect them. Understanding this, he utilizes that instinct that a child feels like an adult should protect them, and he uses it to prey on them. So that's one of the most upsetting things is the way that he just initiates. So immediately you get that sense that this person knows what he's doing.
Mhm.
Okay, like he knows
And
how to grooming.
and with knowing, like everything that he's done, he did do this before he did this.
Yes. So
There were other girls that he had talked to, little girls that he had talked to for years. I don't think he ever met them. I think he met one of them, but she was already over age. Like
yeah,
she was of age when he met her, but he
at
was
that
still
point he wasn't
talking to
interested.
her when she was a kid. No, he wasn't interested. She's too
Yeah, at
old.
that point she
Too
was like,
old.
yeah, she aged out
Yeah.
like
So,
Peter Pan.
jeez, he continues with the chat log to very clearly say that he's 36 and he is from Nashville, which he had just moved to
Yeah,
Nashville. Other
Fl-
stupid stuff.
yeah, fleeing another crime.
Yeah. You must be bored unless you think it's fun. Those are my two dogs. There's another predator thing that use like cute little animals to get these kids to interact.
Yeah,
Um,
so in the law enforcement world, those are called props.
mhm,
They utilize props. A lot of the times, um, pets, utilizing pets, a lot of the times these animals are mistreated, and they're only there not because this person cares about them, but because they can use them, like again, as props, as lures. So sometimes they paint a picture of like, look at this, it's just fun, come over, like trying to almost like setting up like a playful environment,
mhm.
you know. The predator props, it's fucking gross.
Predator pups.
The black one is Bud, and the little white one is Daisy. Yes.
There and right there at the end, you can see that he uses it. He says, "I have a cam too. If you'd like to see me on cam, you can see
Yeah,
Bud on cam too.
yeah.
Like,
So that
look at
there's the
me, but my dog."
yeah. So there's the lure, right? Utilizing that lure, you can see my dogs. A kid's gonna get excited over pets, you know, which is why the old thing is like, hey, I lost my puppy, and the kid immediately doesn't thinks like, oh, that poor animal, or we could play with the puppy if we find it. Again, it's that lure. So yeah, I have a camera. I have a camera that you can look at these dogs. You know, in reality, that's not what it was for.
It was, and also with this dude, he basically live streamed everything. Like
Yeah,
he left this camera on 24/7.
24/7.
He would tell her like, "You just come and look at me whenever you want to," and he would just leave it on, or like, "Oh, you can watch, the dog and blah blah blah," and like, obviously, like there wasn't an actual little girl, but can you imagine?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
it's
what's upsetting.
it's
The
gross.
chat log is stupid. If you guys go, you guys can go online and see it.
It's
Um,
very very long.
it's
Um,
fuck.
he talked to her for 1 month. Um, it's like 400 pages or something.
400 pages.
Since it's a full book. It's a
Yeah,
book.
it is a book. When I was a kid, for one of my birthdays, my dad gave me an encyclopedia set. It was called The World Books,
Mhm.
and I read through that whole damn thing. Jeez, I don't know how long it took me. It took me longer to go through this fucking chat log. There was probably more pages in this chat log than there was in that whole encyclopedia
Because
set.
you have to pause. Well, also you have to pause because it's just so. this is nothing, obviously, because this is the intro. This guy is so disgusting.
Yeah.
He is so disgusting. Like, he says things that you would not even say to another adult, another consenting adult. He's just gross. He's gross.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
So
What?
oh, I was just like thinking about, you know, he says the most disgusting thing. And one thing that's interesting is he also attached responsibility to this child. Like
Hmm.
during the chat log, he was like, "I have to wake up tomorrow morning, so wake me up," and or here's blood, and he's like just attaching certain small things that seem small, knowing that to a child it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you have a job to do, and it's to wake me up so that I can
He didn't
get up.
care, though. The little girl didn't care at all. He
No,
was
I
like,
mean
wake
it's
me up at 7. She was like, okay. And then she didn't.
he didn't wake him up, and then he's like, "Nice going," I lost the job. I don't know if he's, but
It was stupid. And so he goes to the Sting house. He shows up. They catch him. They're like, hey, what are you doing here? And then um, this is him, like when he got caught. Um, and Chris Hansen's like, yeah, you're, a creep, whatever.
What are you doing here?
He goes to the interrogation. Um, this is him there.
Yeah.
He's crying the whole time.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Chris Hansen said that too. He's crying and
Mhm.
crying and crying and crying. So this is an individual that, while he was at the Sting House, pretty comfortable, but also like knowing that the girl that he met at the Sting House looked nothing like the girl in the pictures. Again, it's just that predator mindset.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, he even mentions it when he gets there. Like, he's like, "Oh, I thought you had blonde hair."
oh, you had blonde hair. Yeah. So,
It's just so stupid. He's so stupid.
but
I'm gonna
it's
leave
it's
the
one of
elephant in the bottom because it's
yeah. So
ridiculous.
it's part of that mindset. So all right. So there was a video. There was like a documentary of a person who was addicted to alcohol. There was an alcoholic, and they they can't find their booze. Instinctually, they reach up and they grab their bottle of alcohol. That's their instinct. And this person in this documentary is looking for their alcohol, looking through the fridge, tearing through shit, like flipping over couch cushions. Where the hell is the whole time it was in their hand? But they can't think that it's in my hand because they're so focused on, I have to get this. And it's the same concept behind this individual who is shown pictures of 3 different people that look nothing, but in his brain it has nothing to do with these people look different. In his mindset is, I have to get this child. So it's like
Hmm.
his brain doesn't register they look slightly different, or their mindset is, I have to get this child. It's a child.
Hmm.
um Later, at some point, it's almost like he has moments of realization where he's like, okay, there's 3, which one are you?
Yeah.
And was able to accept any explanation. Didn't
Hmm.
give a shit. They could have said, well, my dad's an expert makeup artist, and these are 3 different like, he wouldn't have cared.
No.
He just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure this person was real. So gets to the Sting house, notices that the actress has completely different hair, right? Looks nothing like the pictures. Looks older than the fucking pictures, you
Hmm.
know? And the first thing he notices is not like, hey, you're not the same person. His first reaction is, I thought you had blonde hair. And then the answer was, I dyed it by myself. I think it looks pretty. He took that excuse because in his brain he doesn't care what it is you're here. Like,
Yeah.
here's a person that he is assuming is a child, and it's just I like seeing you in person, you know.
Yep.
And so he's so hyper focused on that, and then makes demands. I haven't had a kiss yet, Can I
Ugh.
get a kiss? Can I get a kiss? Can I get a kiss? And it's just like that whole mind, It's the
Yep.
same thing, same concept with the alcohol. Where's the alcohol? It's in your hand, fuckface. You know. So anyway, so he's at the house. Chris Hansen walks in, and then immediately his demeanor is no longer the aggressor. It's he's now the victim. He shuts down. You know, he becomes very intimidated. He doesn't even know who this person is.
No.
He doesn't know if he's the cops. He thought it was the dad. I don't know what he thought. But then his instinct is not to say like, oh, you know, I fucked up, or oh, I'm a sick person. I'm a sick son of a bitch. That wasn't his reaction. His reaction is he tells a sob story that had nothing to do. Just like the Austin Jones. It's like the predator mindset, again, has to find something to blame. It's not themselves. I don't have a problem. I don't have issues, just like my dog. I don't have an issue. It's everybody's fault but my own.
Yep.
It's not my fault. I did this because of you. You made me do this. This made me do it. So, anyway, resorts to crying. You know,
crying he got catfished.
Yep,
which, like, that's not an excuse at all.
No.
Like,
moron.
He's stupid. So this is, I guess, technically, I guess, this is the second time he gets catfished. I'm sure it's happened before, but basically this lady was like, I'm this person, blah, blah, blah. He was sending her money, sending her stuff because he was desperate. She ended up not being real. And he finds this little girl and was like, oh, this is my girlfriend forever, whatever. Same thing happens. It's not an actual little girl. And he goes and he blames it on, well, this has happened before. This first person did this to me. Yeah. I'm not thinking straight.
Yeah. What's sick is that with this child, just like we saw in the other thing with the Austin Jones, how he's giving them a type of importance, or I'm giving you value. His thing is, I'm gonna marry you. You know, like immediately giving, almost like trying to give her something to look forward to. You know, like, your life sucks. I can give you a good life. And what's your good life? You get to be with me. You know, and so. Again, starts crying, whatever, goes to jail, you know, goes to prison. That whole thing, you would expect. Then he decided that he was famous and that people loved it because he's an idiot, right? So he does the old apology, right? So just like Austin Jones, like, I need to apologize to people, you know, for my actions.
This one, I don't know which one's more ridiculous, honestly.
Do you have
I have 3 minutes. I don't know if you want me to, like, skip ahead or if you just want me to play it.
Just play it.
All right, here we go.
Hello, everyone.
Greatest excuse. All right.
Hello, everyone.
Look like
I told everybody that I would tell them about my past, tell you all about my past. I decided that I'm not going to tell you all about my past.
Okay, stop
I realize
right there.
I do not need to tell anybody.
He's like, oh, I told you guys that I'm going to tell about my past. Well, I'm not going to do that. Hey, guys, I came to the party to tell you that I'm not coming. He looks like...
Even his faces.
He looks like Don Knotts. You know who that is? There's a lot of ostriches going on. He used to make, like, a lot of those videos where he was, like, the bumbling idiot. Kind of like this. Only if you had a Don Knotts action figure and a kid took a magnifying glass to it. Watch me make this doll look so stupid. You know, that's what you get.
He's melting.
He's melting.
All right, I keep going.
Amanda James, is it real?
Here we go.
Buddy, I really don't owe anybody an explanation. This example is one of the things that had happened to me that made it so I couldn't. Well, that was part of why I couldn't think straight. I idolized some of my siblings, and I never should have done that, and I certainly don't idolize them now. This example is probably one of the most disgusting to me. One of my siblings needed some work done on the house, and I had a septic business at the time, so I took my crew, did $700 worth of work, including paying the crew. I told them it was a Christmas present, and if they want to give me a Christmas present back, then they can give me, make me some macaroni and cheese. And I did the same for another sibling.
Huh?
It's like watching a twerking video.
Yeah.
Went out to their house and did $700 worth of work. Same thing, that it was a Christmas present. If they want to give me a Christmas present back, they can make me some deviled eggs. Then another sibling, I gave $425 to for heating oil. Told them that it was a Christmas present. If they want to give me a Christmas present back, they can make me some of their homemade meatballs. I never saw the meatballs. I never saw
Pause
the
it real
deviled
quick.
eggs.
Why does it look? Look at his eyes. It looks like his. He looks like he has a lazy eye, but also like his eyes are arguing over who has to work the least. You know, it's or one of his eyes is pretending to not know him. You know,
Oh,
you know, it's like I don't know this person, like looking away. But
he's oh,
what's
it,
sick is the fact that again we see the same thing of it's not even though this excuse is stupid, he's not assigning responsibility to like you know what I have a problem, I need therapy, whatever you know. Any
mhm,
of these kind of things, I need to, go to the restroom and rinse out my mouth with buckshot. None of that kind of stuff. Instead,
mm-mm,
he is, I'm doing this because they did this to me. And he thinks this is an acceptable sob story.
mhm.
But what I don't understand is when you look at the way he tells this story, I think he's one of those people that are able to talk themselves into believing the bullshit they're selling.
Yeah.
So that's what makes this guy so hard to read is the fact that you look at him and this story is so stupid. He cannot possibly, think that this is going to work or, you know, he thoroughly believes that this is actually why he did what he did, you
Well,
know.
it hasn't even gotten to like the good part
No,
of like
okay, keep playing it. Look at that
what.
stupid face. He looks like the Toxic
And I
Avenger.
never saw the macaroni and cheese until the following year. My sibling came down with a pot of macaroni and cheese, and asked me to borrow $500 so they could get Christmas presents for the kids. I gave them $500 so that way the kids could get Christmas presents. And I told her the same thing, just make me another thing of macaroni and cheese. And to this day, I've never seen the macaroni and cheese. And I told them don't make it take a year. Well, they didn't make it take a year because they still haven't gotten it. So it's been way over a
This is
year.
what's crazy. Pause it.
Whatever. I don't want the macaroni and cheese now anyway. But that there.
So he's saying so what he's saying is, you don't have to get me anything, but don't make me wait a year.
He's like, I
I
don't
don't even
want it.
want I don't want the mac and cheese anyway. You know who he looks like? Like he's what the hell's the name of that guy that, you know what? I don't even want this cookie. Looks like he's his
Oh,
dad.
jeez.
Like
Ew.
Lorne Armstrong is that guy's father. Like he gets like yeah, my why is your eyes what was that guy's name?
The cookie one? I don't even want this
Yeah.
cookie. Is that the one with
Yeah.
the glass eye?
Yeah, they got the glass eye.
Um, Michael something?
Michael
Willis or something like that.
Michael Willits.
Is that him?
Yeah. Yeah. So Michael Willits is like, yeah, the reason why I had a glass eye is because my father had a glass eye. It's like
Oh, jeez, I hate these
look at
people.
his nose.
Everything. Okay, his
It,
nose is the shape of a deer's nose. You know how like they're like
yep.
triangular? That's how
Yeah.
his nose is. It's
You know
so
what he
weird.
look? Have you ever seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah.
Do you remember when he lost the mask and it lands on a road and a car runs it over? That's
Mm-hmm.
what it looks like. Like Robin Williams gonna be like, look at this mask, it got all fucked up. I can't wear this. I'll
the
look like
same
Lorne Armstrong.
melty pattern.
Anyway, jeez.
Let me see. What else is in here?
Here's an example of how I was treated for 5 years by people I idolized and loved, and I still love them because they're my siblings. But I will never let them get close to me again, and I certainly will never do anything for them in that manner. Being the youngest in the family, it hurt me quite a bit. That's why Betty's job went the way it did, and that's why I sold my house for $8,000 after I had over $60,000 into it, and packed up the
What's
rest of my
funny?
stuff and left and went to Nashville.
What's funny is he just lumped in the reason why he molested a kid, also the reason why he robbed an elderly couple. And he was like, "That's why I sold my house for $8,000." You know, I put 60,000. Remember that he's the one putting the price on things, so he probably went to the dump, to the landfill, put a bunch of shit. You know, and yeah, it's this fucking guy. So anyway, what bothers me about the reason why I wanted to do this episode was not because of that fucking idiot, because he makes me feel better about myself, was because it like really highlights, you know, how broken the system is. This individual um, sent pornographic images to what he believed was a child. Not only that, but utilized language um, that was very, you know, it stuff. What he said would fuck up a kid. Um, Psychologically, same thing with Austin Jones. What he did too, you know, and Austin Jones didn't get a long enough sentence. You know, I think that what should have happened to him is they should have buried him beneath the prison. You know, same thing with Lorne Armstrong. This is an individual that didn't care about that it was a child, knew it was a child, targeted a child. They had 3 decoys in the chat room, and then he targeted all 3 of them. You know, so that's what's sick is the fact that he went out there looking for children, and that's this thing. You know, like I said, he's had a past where, you know, he's pursued children. I mean, and again, he's out there and he's free, you know, doing the things that he didn't get along. What did he get, like 5 years? You know,
Lorne?
Yeah, when they should have held.
I think he got like 7-ish.
All right, we'll give it 7. Like he should have been held 7 years underwater, you know.
Yeah,
Seriously, because, you know, again, the shit that he said to this, what he thought was a kid, was vile. You know, he went to this place with condoms, with a bracelet, with all these kind of things. Also took a camera, because in the chat log he talked about how he wanted to film himself sexually assaulting this kid.
Yeah.
And so that he can have the memory. So he was going to take pictures, take videos, and watch it, you know, and then possibly make her watch it too. Like make her watch the, you know, videos of her own assault. In his brain, this was okay. Why? Because his siblings didn't get him food. He just, in his head, this is justifiable. When in reality, and I'm going to say this, and it could be, I think I've said this in the past, maybe, I don't know, maybe I just thought it. But if I had a disorder where I was attracted to what I shouldn't be attracted, like children, I would off myself, because you cannot, you know what I mean? Like if it's incurable, because they say like, this is incurable, they cannot be helped. If this is true, I don't see any way out. Like if you can't get help and this is what you're attracted to, like I would off myself.
It's because there's 2 kinds of these people. There's the people that go through with it because they don't care, like this, like these 2 in here, and then there's the people that know that it's wrong. But even I like you know it's wrong and you can't help it, and it sucks, and like it's gross, you know, like whether you can help it or not, it's gross. And like I feel bad. I've seen videos of this like man that was talking about how he can't help that that's what he's attracted to. He doesn't leave his house because he doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't want to look at children. He knows that it's wrong. And so he just like stays cooped up in his house all day because he doesn't want to go out and risk looking at a child and thinking that way. You know, and like it sucks for that person. And he also said like he thought so many times of just not living anymore because he doesn't want to be doing that. Like he knows that it's wrong. But then you get like these sickos here, and like it's so gross. It's so gross.
Yeah, not just because, you know, they know what they're doing is wrong, but again, they don't take responsibility. It's not my fault. It's your fault. You know, and that's what makes it worse. You know, is the fact that these people, like I said, they're free. They're out there. Well, one of them's about to be free. You know, and the other one is just living his life. You know, out there doing the things that he did. Possibly, you don't know what he's doing. You know, so Yeah. Do we have any more on this idiot?
Not really. Um, just I guess that I mean that's it really. I don't even know honestly. I don't like I. It's just gross. Like I can't deal with these people. It's so disgusting. It's crazy. Also, like just how different they can look. You know what I mean? Like this dude, and then he can look like this also.
No, no.
Like
Put the picture of Lorne Armstrong. Why am I looking at Justin Timberlake?
oh, I'm sorry.
Couldn't take it anymore.
I just
He
I
can't take
can't
it
take it
anymore.
anymore either.
Yeah.
It's so gross. I
Yeah,
agree.
and jeez. So that's it. That's today's episode.
Yeah, that's it.
It's so sick because you know you watch like you like the slasher movies and these movies about you know these sick fucks,
Hmm.
but then you also got to think there's real monsters out there, you know, and
See the difference though between like these. So I've seen a lot of movies, and there are some movies that include children, and like I can't like it's so gross. Um, there's a lot of examples of movies that have scenes with like kids in them, and you can't do it. Like you have to take it off. I mean, some people maybe are desensitized. I'm desensitized to a lot of things just because I've watched a lot of things, but when it comes to that, like I no, I can't. It's
yeah,
it's
because
just those
it's
thing.
because it's a different kind of horror, you know. Like I said, these type of things, we laugh at them because they're stupid, like they're twerking and he's looking right at me, or the I didn't get fucking deviled eggs and meatballs. So, but these individuals, they planned on destroying children mentally and emotionally, and what
Physically.
these people, yeah, what these
Yeah.
people were thinking about doing was damaging a kid for life, and not caring, not just not caring, but again, finding an excuse.
Hmm.
I'm like this because of this, and no remorse at all.
Mm-mm.
That's what's sick.
Yep.
Is actual monsters, So fucking dark topic. Now I'm gonna be in a bad mood. But anyways, guys, that's it. Like and subscribe, share the show. We have merch, so go ahead, get yourself. I just dropped some new merch recently, so yeah. So that's it. And remember, guys, to always look both ways, especially if you lost your meatballs.